It has been estimated that there are over 400 Nigerian restaurants in London, but not many in this part of town. Today, we've come to Pitanga. Welcome to My Tasty Naija. Nky, how you doing?
I do.
This is our second meetup on this kind of tip, but this is different. Welcome to My Tasty Naija. Tell us about Pitanga. What's the story behind Pitanga?
Well, before we do that, you know I'm Igbo, so we have to welcome you in a traditional way. Igbo kwenu.
Yeah.
So here's some palm wine for you.
In a special gout.
Yes, I made specially. I had made specially a weeny bit. I'll have a bit. You're a bushman. You don't want to do cheers first.
Oh yeah, cheers. That was for the gods. Nice and tasty.
Tastes nice. Huh?
Pitanga. What's the Pitanga story?
It starts from when I was 15 years old, and I wondered why there was no Nigerian restaurant. I thought Nigerian food was
great.
Were
you in the UK then or back
UK.
home?
Yeah, no,
okay,
UK. I came when I was 15.
Okay.
So I guess it's been a childhood thing. Over the years, I started focusing on making Nigerian food look beautiful, specifically for social media.
Okay.
I'm just going back then when it first started. And then one day I woke up and I had a bright idea of, you know what, let me bring this Nigerian food to the masses. And when I say the masses, I mean everyone, not just Nigerian. I wanted to make Nigerian food accessible, no matter what anybody's color, gender, creed was. So here we are in West London.
Why West London though? Because this is not your typical Nigerian hangout. They say West London is where the rich live, particularly where you are, North End Road.
No, you've got everybody here on the North End Road.
Okay.
But I think that's probably why I like it. But I would say that the building actually chose me.
Okay.
I did look in other places. I looked everywhere. I looked in Willesden, Housden, Kilburn, even Hampstead. I looked West Ham. I looked in quite a few places. But I knew it was going to be North West London. And then one day I came here and I was like, ooh, I fell in love with the building. Right?
So the building chose you?
The building chose me. And it really was everything I wanted. It was a corner location. It had a garden. It's a bit quirky. Maybe a bit too quirky. That's
typical you.
Yeah, typical me. Maybe it's a bit too quirky. Sometimes I think maybe that I wish I didn't have that pillar there. But the only thing it didn't have going for itself was it wasn't near my house. Okay. That's the only thing.
Okay.
But I've been here 6 years, and I've become part of the furniture. I'm now area mama.
Aha! All the
everyone
good
knows
days.
me. Everyone knows me. You know.
So you've had your fair share of celebrity attendees at Pitanga.
Yeah, we have actually. I mean, some of them I don't recognize them, unfortunately, unless someone else tells me. I mean, we had, I think one of the second one, because first one was Tiny Temper, but I don't have a picture of Tiny. Yeah. But I did do his birthday party for him. Okay. I wasn't allowed to take pictures. And then we had Brian May up there. Okay. And then who else? I
see Idris.
Oh, Idris Elba. My God, yes, Idris, what a charming, lovely man. And Idris has been so amazing for us. Yeah, so last year, 2023, started off well. January, he mentioned us on National Geographic and said we were his favorite restaurants in London. Not favorite African, not favorite restaurant.
Favorite
London restaurant.
That's a major plug.
It's a major plug.
And I see Yemi Kosiba as well.
Yeah. Did I? Yemi. Yemi came in. I can't remember now. I think it was last summer, the summer before. And as soon as he walked in, I recognized him. I said to him, I know you. He goes, do you? I said, yeah, you're Yemi. Okay. You're a bridal wear designer, yeah. So yeah, lovely guy. I think he's been twice. And we've got Frank Onyeka. Frank works for Brentford. Okay. Rather plays for Brentford.
Plays for Brentford,
yeah. So he's one of several.
And I see Ed Kezo, the historian as well.
Well, Ed's cheating because he's my cousin. That's my cousin. And then we've got, what else we got here? We've got the Victor and Oneshe, the very famous Edo artists. Yeah. And
you come from a family of stars as well. I know you have Asa, who's your cousin, I believe.
Yeah, Asa's my little cousin.
And Peter, the quiet behind-the-scene industry mogul.
Oh yeah, that's my brother. I'm not allowed to talk about him.
Can I talk about him yet? Awesome.
Yeah.
So, but you have your fair share of celebrities.
Yeah, we do. I'm actually, do you know what? Even way back before that,
Before
so
then,
you would have heard of, let's say, Ben Enwonwu, for example.
Yes,
He's my mum's cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, I could name drop all day long.
Let's go into the food now. One of the things that jumped at me in my previous conversation with you back then was in your cooking, you don't use, without mentioning any brand, you don't use stock cubes. Why is that? Is there a reason for that?
Yes, I think the two reasons. One, I think, especially the one that everyone really, really knows.
Yes.
I feel it makes food taste the same. So it doesn't matter, it's quite overpowering. And maybe for me, because I don't use it. That's one. And then the second thing is, I think, is lazy cooking. I think with that, you can mask a multitude of sins. Whereas with me, because I'm not using them, I'm having to use much more expensive ingredients. So
indigenous stuff, yeah.
I'm using traditional seasonings that your grandmother would use, so iru, ogili, crayfish, saltfish, scent leaf, so many different spices and herbs. But I also do very long, slow cooking. Okay. So all the, so things like the peppers, for example, will caramelize, the tomatoes, the onions, and that's where you're getting your flavor from long, slow cooking, as well as those spices. You wouldn't recommend stock cubes? No, there's a place for stock cubes.
Yeah. It's just not at Pitanga.
No, not at Pitanga. I think if you're trying to let people appreciate the flavors of the food, then I think you're better off making your own stock.
Beyond just the taste, there's an artistic angle to it. You're an artistic person. And I think you've also been able to document this in a book. Tell us about your book.
I have loads of books, actually. Some in my head. At least two on my laptop, and I do have one published one. And that one was specifically about ethnic food.
So what is it about ethnic books that lured into that?
No, I wanted to do, at the time when I wrote it, regional cookery was very fashionable, very trendy in London. So people were moving away from bog standard Indian, Chinese, and that became Sichuan, Punjabi, just what I mean. So I wanted to do that. And also because Nigeria is so big, I wanted to do a series of regional cookbooks. So not just the food, but a little bit of food and a bit about the culture.
So like a recipe book thing.
Yeah.
So opening Pitanga, was your biggest challenge settling down on items that will go into the menu? Because now we're talking hundreds of meals. How did you decide what would go into the menu?
Some of it is, I'm a Nigerian restaurant, so I've got to have jollof, right?
Yes.
So for sure I have to.
Can we say it's our #1 staple now?
Oh my God, it is, and it's but it's fine. We've got it down to a fine art, and really I should show you my rice cooker. That was a game changer for us. It's this huge,
massive.
it's this big,
okay.
Yeah, because before that we really struggled. So we got jollof, but there were some things I wanted to do, and then also I like, you said I'm artistic. I am artistic. I like thinking about how things are going to look like on a plate, and because I knew I wasn't going to just be selling to Nigerians, I wanted to put together some combinations that made sense. So one of my best sellers really is mixed suya. We call it mixed suya with jollof. And it's the chicken suya, the steak suya mixed together, and then, served with jollof rice.
So we have the food right in front of us right now, but before we dig in, this is an event space as well. You do events here?
Yes, we do, and we've had quite a number of events over the years, a great variety from documentaries to book launches, Afrobeats nights. I haven't had, one thing I'd like to have though is like a poetry session. Some people have used it for their book club readings.
And you have a good space at the back as well.
And then we've got the outside space as well, so that helps. And then of course people have had birthday parties or engagements. Next week we've got somebody having a graduation party.
Okay. So all that happens there. I think we don't talk enough now. So let's dig in and just take me through. Let me start with my favorite
your
right
favorite
over there.
Akara. I know, this is the first thing. You ever ate here, right?
Yes, sir. And I'm hooked on it.
I know. So here we've got the akara, and we serve it with hummus and pitanga chili sauce. Oh, don't forget your agege bread.
Of course.
And then you've also got onubu, which is bitter leaf soup. It's a very, very Igbo. And then from where I'm from, Obosi, this is our soup. So my onubu is the bomb. My auntie gave me her secret.
Good.
No, that one I can say.
Okay.
Just add more, plenty of onubu, ogili.
And this is to wash my hand.
Yeah. But just
You have a little story about this.
so during Eid
And talk about this bowl as well.
Of my kom bowl. Yeah, it's a mudu. So it's for in Nigeria they use it for measurements.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But I love them. I try and keep things a bit retro as well. So during Eat Out to Help Out, just after lockdown. This place was packed full. There were people in the garden because the chancellor gave everybody £10 to come and eat. Okay. And this poor,
that's true.
This poor Oyibo guy came, and we didn't have time to focus, to like handhold people who'd never had Nigerian food. So this poor Oyibo guy, English guy, came in holding this, looking very confused. He goes, "I'm sorry, I've never had Nigerian food before. What am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to add it to the soup?" I ran out from the kitchen, and I was like, no, stop. And I ran out into the garden and showed him what to do. And after I said to my staff, I said, please,
let them know.
Make sure everybody knows what they are doing. Don't assume. Imagine, I would have cried. Anyway, here we got Fiesta, which is one of our signatures. And so it's basically jollof rice.
Oh, there's rice there as it is, okay.
Yeah, so there's jollof rice in there. There's mixed vegetables, there's prawns, there's chicken, or you can have whatever meat you want. Most importantly, there's crayfish. I'm an Igbo girl, we put crayfish everywhere.
Of course.
And then here we've got a platter. So our platters, we're really famous for our platters. This is a small one because it's just me and you eating, and it depends on what people order, what people like. We tailor it. This particular one has things you don't already have. So a bit of normal jollof, the beans, some stew. I think it was, I don't know what stew she did for you there, maybe goat. And then mixed suya, which almost always features, unless they're vegan. No, we didn't really talk about vegan food, but I
was going to say that.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So what do you have for vegetarians or vegans?
Vegans. Well, first of all, they're kara. That's vegan. So it's one of our starters. It's vegan. The jollof rice, all our sides are vegan. So the jollof rice is vegan. The beans is vegan. The yam obviously is vegan. We also do vegan chicken suya. I know that one freaks Nigerians out. They're like, what do you mean vegan chicken suya? But we do that. We also do a halloumi suya for vegetarians. And that's really, really nice, actually, really nice. On the soup side, we do a vegan egusi soup. And so rather than have meat, we use shiitake mushrooms and grilled aubergine.
And the feel is...
Yeah, because shiitake mushrooms are quite chewy, they're meaty. I used to use a vegan chicken, but I used to confuse them, and they'll think I put proper chicken, and I was just like, you get tired of people complaining for no reason.
Because the vegan market is a big one now.
It's a big market, and especially around here. There's like a little vegan oasis around here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we also do groundnut soup, vegan groundnut soup. Of course, things like yam pottage, we can do it. Basically, people say to me, how come you've got so many varieties of vegan food? And I say, African food inherently is vegan as long as you're not adding crayfish.
Meat
Because most of our food are in the forms of, stews, soups, pottages, combinations of food. So as long as you don't put the meat or the crayfish, it's vegan.
It works
and
awesome.
even better, it's all natural,
so which one you chop now?
Which one I go chop? I'm your bossy person though. I don't know. My onubu is calling me.
Digging.
But I would like you to try some as well.
I will chop my no. Make a top of my tomboliko.
Yes, please. Just win a bit from me because I still get to work. But I'm going to share this with you if that's all right.
No. I won't be jealous today.
But although Auntie only gave us one handball. Auntie, can we have another handball, please?
I'm watching my height. Give me just to chop a little one here. Well, as you can see, it's not the easiest to eat and talk. So no more talking. We're digging in. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of My Tasty Naija.
Thank you for coming.
Absolute pleasure.
And as we do in Africa,
yes, so
this one is for Oga Director.
Oga Director.
And then this one is for Matobi.
Mama Tobi.
I gave her some of that onubu.
Thank you so much. Your business will grow.
Amen.
If you enjoyed today's edition of My Tasty Naija, remember to subscribe, like, and share.